Howdy y'all, this is Big Country with Big Country Survival. Ready to rock and roll. Alright, so let's see. There's two ways I want to take this video. I thought about taking this video. I'm gonna try. I got the dog in the truck with me, and I'm gonna try and not get myself too riled up. Because when I get myself riled up, the dog gets really, really concerned, and she tends to attack me. Well, trying to help me in a way. She's like, what is wrong? What is wrong? Why are you like this? And then, so I try and keep politics out of this out of this channel as much as I can, but and I try and remain calm as much as I can in this issue. It's nuts. All right. So, this walkout, which, let's face it, it was staged. It was truly staged by the adjudicators, the administration, who, let's face it, are all leftist leaning. Well, as a general rule, most of them are leftist leaning people. They are. Which leftist is just another word for commie. Pinko commie, right? I'm not going to say the other word, because I'd go to YouTube jail. I'm probably going to go to YouTube jail anyway for this. I don't really care. Until someone has a conservative version or a conservative version of YouTube, I'm here. Or at least a open forum version of YouTube with all these great viewers that I've got, these great people here. All 34 of you. All 34 of you. You're great people. Believe it or not, the road I'm on is paved. More or less. So, anywho, yeah, this walkout is all staged. I'm not going to say that some students aren't in line with it, but the administrations were actually forcing students to go and partake in this crap, and some students actually got suspended for refusing to partake in this crap, which if that'd been my kid, they'd have gotten a nice vacation, nice little extra vacation right there. Because I'd been dead gum proud of a kid doing. If I had a kid doing that, I would have been proud of him. Very proud. It's probably a good thing that they didn't really try any of that crap when I was in school. Because I would have done a little bit more than refuse to participate. But anyway, I would have refused to participate with all the grace of a high school student. But so this is plain and simple indoctrination of our youth. This is no different than the Hitler Youth, Nazi Germany. This is no different than what Mao Zedong did No different than what Fidel Castro did. It's all the same. What's the end game? Guns. They want them. They want all of them. They don't just want, don't you buy into that lie. If we just want common sense gun control. Common sense gun control. We only want the bad guns. There is no such thing as a bad gun. They want all of them. Don't you believe they're bull? Why do I need an AR-15 that holds more than 10 rounds? It's not the Bill of Needs, it's the Bill of Rights. And here's why I need an AR-15 that holds more than 10 rounds. Here's why every American needs an AR-15 that holds more than 10 rounds. Because the Second Amendment was not written about hunting. The Second Amendment was not written about shooting for fun. It was not even necessarily I know. It was not even necessarily written about shooting in self-defense against a bad guy breaking into your house. It was written as the last line of defense against the tyrannical government. Plain and simple. And that's why they want them. Because no one gets onto the boxcar willingly. That's what happened in Nazi Germany. They said, well, we need to register all the guns because we've got too much crime. And we need, our children are not being educated properly, so we're going to have this program to help educate our children properly. And we all need to register our guns for the sake of the children. Then, big surprise, still crime, still shooting, still people getting killed, right? Now we need to take all the guns. We need to take all the guns for all the crime. And now, even though you realized, hey, maybe some people realized, maybe some people didn't, they realize, hey, we screwed up by registering our firearms, because now it is mandatory to turn them in. You don't have the option, because then the government's going to come to your house, because they know you're the one. They know you've got this gun. And then, not long after they got all the guns, they started putting Jews on boxcars. And not only the Jews, the homosexuals, blacks. I mean, pretty much anyone that did not fit their mold. People that disagreed with Hitler. They put them, sent them to concentration camps. They did the same thing in communist China. To be perfectly honest, like I said, all leftism is communism. That's what they want. End goal, that's what they want, is communism. Communism is responsible for more deaths. I mean, it's astronomical, the amount of deaths that have been caused by communism. So here's the problem. We don't have enough liberals. I know that probably sounds strange coming from, me. I'm a strict conservative, constitutionalist, whatever you want to call me. If it ain't in the Constitution, I don't think the government's hands ought to be in it. Plain and simple. The government should be very, very small. It should be limited to, basic things like roads, police, maybe, police and maybe fire services, military. That's it. Aside from that, the government should keep its paws off. And that's just the way I feel about it. Plain and simple. I don't like Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security, welfare. I don't think any of it should be the government's place. It needs to be annihilated. Not just taken away. It needs to be annihilated. Phased out something needs to be done. The government needs to shrink astronomically. But me and a liberal we can have a conversation about why we think the other person is wrong and why we think we are right. That's a liberal. A liberal, me and a liberal probably disagree on 99.999% of everything. But I'm not trying to force them to believe what I believe, and they're not trying to force me to believe what they believe. They're just putting their beliefs out there. I'm putting my beliefs out there. Throw some statistics and some facts in there. Plain and simple. That's a liberal. A leftist, like I said, a leftist is different. We've got too many leftists right now, not nearly enough liberals. And this is the thing with the educational system. The school system has been indoctrinating people, at least since I went through the school system, which, albeit compared to some of my viewers, hasn't been that long ago. That's just the way of it. I'm not, I've got viewers here that are, I'm a lot younger than some of my viewers, so we'll just leave it at that. But, at least when I went through the school system, they were still trying, there were teachers and administration, they were trying to indoctrinate me. It didn't work. If anything, it made me more hard-nosed towards what I believed. I had that firm base, and I actually got in more than a little bit of trouble for voicing my opinions in high school. I know, high schooler voicing his opinions and those sorts of aspects, right? I got in a little bit of trouble for that. But if the teacher was being stupid or was talking about something stupid, I'd just flat out say, that's stupid. I mean, I've always been a matter of fact kind of guy. But plain and simple, the school system should not be teaching our children anything about what to think. They should not. It should not be a thing. Schools are supposed to teach reading, writing, and arithmetic, science and history, the basics. They're supposed to teach children how to think and the tools with which to think, make an educated thought, I know some people might find that kind of funny, me talking about being educated as I sit here in my camouflage. Probably not my viewers, my typical viewers, but plain and simple, the school system should not be teaching our children what to think. They should be teaching them how to think. It's the parents' job to, put the values that they have in those children. And, when they hit a certain age, it's their responsibility to think, right? And to believe what they believe, whatever that may be. I mean, I might disagree with everything they believe, but at least, they know why they believe it. You see what I'm saying? This education system is so broken, and it's because the federal government got involved. This, and unfortunately, a lot of teachers, at least a lot of the ones that I know, they are more liberal leftist kind of people. I mean, and probably I'd say more in the liberal or in the leftist side of it. Because I know several liberal teachers that would never, ever, ever consider trying to instill their belief system, their values, or anything on a student, trying to impose that. And those are good teachers. I like those teachers, and that's just the way of it. But unfortunately, there's not a lot like that, so far as I can tell. There's not a whole lot of that. Anyway, that's the end of rant. Until next time, big country survival, signing out. God bless.